Hello, and welcome to our segment on letters to the cats. We often get mail from people just like you who are trying to get their sewing better, and the cat said, why don't we answer those letters? We heard about this thing called Dear Abby. Let's do this. So, got a letter. Today's letter says, Dear Kittens, I just got a box of thread from my grandma, and it's really cool. However, I'm worried because she's had this thread a while, and it looks like it might not be very good, but I really want to use it and make grandma proud. What should I do? Well, great question. Thread, unfortunately, has an expiration date. It's not a set like throw it out after a year or throw it out after 5 years or something like that. It's more how it's been stored, where it's been stored, and what condition is it in now. So if you have thread on one of these wooden spools, don't use that. If you have thread on a spool that looks like this, don't use that. If you have thread on a foamy spool like this, which says it was 65 cents, probably shouldn't use that. What you should be using are modern threads that have been stored well. Some of those can be Gutermann, Coates & Clark. There's a couple other different manufacturers as well. These are my two favorites for reliability. The best place to buy these is off of a site called Waywack. Those of you who've taken my classes know this site well. It's wawak.com. Waywack sells all kinds of lovely thread, and they keep it in stock and not old. So how can you tell if your thread's old? If you hold up your spool like this and you give it a look at the edge closely. Does it look like it's growing fuzz? If it does, that's probably not the thread you want to be using for two reasons. One, it may hold up while you're working on your machine, but then when you go to wash it, it all disintegrates and then your work comes apart. Ask me why I know. Second is it might not be able to hold the tension, so you'll be sewing and it snaps. Snap. That's dead thread. There's another thread I want to show you right here. You may be tempted to buy thread on a spool like this. Don't do that. Unless you are using nothing but black or white, or in this case red, for large amounts of projects all the time, that thread will go bad and it will become brittle and lose its tension long before you can get through that spool. So while it's tempting, in the long run you'll actually be wasting your money because you won't use all of that spool. So kitties say, buy your thread fresh. If you've got a whole thing of thread you got from grandma, display it on the wall, because on the wall is not where you should be displaying your regular thread, because that exposes it to light, dust, critters, and your thread goes bad much faster. So put grandma's thread on the wall, put your thread in a shoebox in the closet, because if it's not in the light and getting dust and things like that, it'll last a lot longer. Anywho, that's our letter answer today. Hope that helps you. Good luck. See you soon.